Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? It is Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skinned activist. The reason anybody on YouTube, anybody on social media, anybody on reality TV talks about colorism as a topic, talks about dark skin as a topic, I invented the very first platform in history for the eradication of dark skin discrimination and of colorism in 1998 and called it Dark Skin Activism, which is the first movement in history to fight for the eradication of colorism and darkism. Long story short, I brought the message to the internet and people called me crazy and then they started plagiarizing and stealing my work. So anybody you see talking about colorism on YouTube or on social media has stolen from Rashida Strober. That is the short of it. You can always go to my website, which is darkskinactivist.com. Once again, darkskinactivist.com. And you can get more information about Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist. Make sure you make a contribution to my Cash App, which is $rashidalala, ice cream lady dream at yahoo.com. And also, I want to let everybody know you can find all of my financial information where you can donate by going to my website, darkskinactivist.com, darkskinactivist.com, and scrolling down, and you will see the Cash App, the PayPal, and the GoFundMe information right on my website. So please go and make a contribution. I've also put the Cash App and the PayPal in the description and the comment section of all my videos. So that's another place you can find it. All right. So I know it's early in the morning here, and this is an impromptu one, but I want to talk about how reading has been a lost art. Reading, people have stopped reading. Our people have stopped reading. They've really stopped reading because of social media. Let's just get straight to what it is. We ain't got to sugarcoat nothing. A lot of y'all don't read because y'all so busy watching YouTube videos. That time that y'all could be reading and educating yourself, truly educating yourself, using your own mind and your own critical thought process, you're spending that time on YouTube and you are not reading. Now, some of y'all might be in college, and if you're in college, then of course there's required reading. And for some of y'all, that's, working on a very rigorous degree. Some of it requires intense reading, constant reading. So some of y'all are getting a chance to read, but I think that a lot of our people are now getting most of their information about various topics from watching people on YouTube, and that's a mistake. You should not be getting the bulk of your information on any topic by watching people on YouTube. Think about it. Let's stop here and think for a moment, rationally and logically. Before YouTube was invented, and I'm going to say that was almost 20 years ago. I think YouTube came out in 2005. Correct me if I'm wrong. What did you have to do to obtain information on a subject? Just think about that. And I want to just point something out real quick. I'm looking at the number of people that's watching this live right now, and it's not a lot of people. You see, and I'm willing to bet that after I finish this live, it's not going to be a lot of people that watch this video. Because if a video is talking about in our community, a lot of times something that is not ratchet, something that is not messy, something that is not drama driven, something that is not in the popular media, then we don't want to hear it. We want to only be entertained. We want to be involved in drama. We want to be involved in fighting. We want to be involved in a bunch of foolishness. A lot of us do. If it's something that's actually going to benefit you for real on a real level, you don't want to hear about it. Okay? And that's your problem. That's why it's so many people that get scammed online, so many people that get used, so many people who are led astray because you don't want to take the time to sit down and get an understanding for yourself. Hence the numbers on this video. I'm just looking at the numbers on this video, and it's very disappointing because I know that if I was on here yelling and screaming about darkism that some dark-skinned dude committed against me, or he chose a light-skinned woman over me, or some crazy shit like that, which y'all would love to hear that type of drama. Y'all love to hear me come on here and talk about my struggles that I've been going through as a dark-skinned woman. But when I come on here and talk about something positive that is really gonna, I know it's gonna help you. Foolproof. Reading is foolproof, honey. The viewership is low. So you got to look at yourself. And it's really sad because, you know, one thing I do know for a fact is that Black people couldn't read, where it was outlawed, that we were not even allowed to read. It was a crime to read. And the way that you all act today, to where you rather watch videos than read, is absolutely disgusting. And it's a contradiction, because just because you want to watch videos all day, that doesn't mean that school, traditional school in the sense that we know it, is going to stop having school in session and learning the basics of reading, writing, and arithmetic because you want to sit and watch YouTube videos all day. It don't work like that. You still have to go to school. If you have kids that are of school age, they still have to go to school. It's mandatory. They have to go to school by law, which means they have to be in an environment where they're going to be exposed to reading and learning. And reading is a requirement, and it is fundamental, because you cannot do anything else in school and be successful for the bulk of the things that you do if you don't know how to read. You're not going to be. And even if you're a good athlete, even if you're the best football player, the best basketball player, whatever the case may be, at some point in your life, you're going to need to understand how to read contracts. Because if you sign with the NBA, which is a small percentage, if you can't read the contract, you're going to have to hire a lawyer and pay somebody that actually took the time to learn how to read and read well and comprehend well, to the point where they went and got a law degree, and they're going to be running you in a sense, because they got to sit there and break down the contract. Okay. So you're not going to be able to escape the importance and the impact of reading and being literate on your life. You're not. I know people right now that are older that because they cannot read well, their lives has been adversely impacted at every turn. I know some people that know how to make money. They know how to go out and get the money. They know how to go out and get the contracts. Okay, because they can speak well. You know, they can convince well. But you know what? The biggest problem is keeping the money, because they fail to understand how to use it. They fail to understand how to pick up some books on financial literacy and figure out how to keep more of the money in their pocket. They fail to, because they can't read, they cannot go and read up on tax law in terms of how to legally keep as much of their money as possible and still comply with the tax law, all because they don't want to read. And that's their fault in a lot of ways, because they can go and enroll in a program that will teach them how to read. They can go purchase Hooked on Phonics. Hooked on Phonics, by the way, which is a stellar program, because I use Hooked on Phonics to teach both of my children how to read. And they're very good readers. In fact, my daughter, 3rd grade, reads at a 5th grade level. It wasn't the teachers that taught her how to read. I sat down with her after purchasing Hooked on Phonics, after purchasing 2 volumes of it, not 1, but 2. I got the CD version and the the CD version and the tape version. I had to buy a tape recorder and a CD player because that's what it comes with, and it goes meticulously through the Hooked on Phonics book, so that she can get a clear understanding of the phonetics and how the phonetics are related to the basic overall structure of reading. Because if you master the phonetics, you can read. And if you do it consistently, you have to be consistent now. You have to be consistent. You'll become a master of the written language, the written words. You're spending too much time. Bottom line is, we're spending too much time on watching videos and not enough time reading, because you want to be entertained. And that's the reason why a lot of us are going to be led astray. And I've even had people come to me that have watched all of my videos about darkism and about colorism, and they still needed something more substantive. And they came to me and they said, do you have a book for further research? And those people was the ones I really respected. I really respected them because they understood that, yes, it's a wonderful thing to sit here and listen to Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor of the first platform in history for the eradication of darkism and colorism. But I also need something to supplement this. It's just like if you go to anybody that's gone to college. If you go to college, you're going to go to class and you're going to sit in class a certain amount of time, and you're going to listen to the professor. You're not going to sit in class all day, every day, listening to a professor. But then after you spend that allotted amount of time listening to a professor speak on a subject that the professor has done a great deal of reading and practical work on, then you're going to go home and you're going to have assigned reading. That's how it goes. Even in church, this is what the scholars do. This is what, shout out to the imams in the NOI, this is what they do. This is what the real scholars do. They can sit down and listen to a person speak, but then they're going to go and they're going to read on that topic. They're going to go read multiple sources on that topic. They're not going to sit and just read only one thing, because the thing is, you do have to read a multiplicity of books and scholarly articles, etc., on a topic to obtain a concrete understanding, a mastery of what it is you're studying. And then you put all that together, the lectures from the professors, along with an in-depth, concrete reading of the material. And then that's how you become a leader. Readers are leaders. That, don't take that saying for granted. Readers are leaders. And I'm sitting up here watching this chat, and I'll tell you, I've never been more disappointed in a YouTube video or a YouTube live that I made, because this is an example of letting me know y'all don't like to read. That's going to be your downfall. That's going to be, like I said, that's the first thing I did was to teach my children how to read and do math, because I wanted them to be able to read contracts and read different documents so people won't get over on them, and to count that money. Those two things, count that money and read and understand whatever contracts you're given. But reading the documents, as a professor used to say to me, shout out to Professor Carr. He was one of my history. It was a white man. I mean, I liked attending his class. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the style of studying and understanding from him. He would always talk about the documents, referring to the historical documents, referring to, of course, reading and analyzing and dissecting those documents. That is what you have to do. You're not going to get it from a video, all from a video. Folks, you got to supplement. This is what I'm trying to tell you. The readers are the leaders. And I guarantee you, some of the people, some of them that you really like, a lot of those people are well read. Let me tell you something. Let me let you in on a little secret of mine. I done did a lot of debates on YouTube on colorism with different people over the years. Understand? And anytime I'm getting ready to debate, I go into hermit mode where I'm dissecting and reading and eating up, because that's what the fuck you got to do. This is what y'all don't understand. This is why I know when I go up to debate somebody, you're going to have a hard time beating me, because I'm going to be so well read. I'm going to spend that time reading and dissecting and analyzing as many books as possible, as many peer-reviewed scholarly articles as possible on a given topic, making it damn hard for you to whoop me intellectually. Understands? I did that when I debated a light-skinned young lady. She wanted to come for me. A lot of y'all come for me, and y'all know y'all can't handle me. You wouldn't be able to whoop me. You'll have a hard time beating me intellectually, because I'm going to go into study mode, and I do it well. I was born an introverted, dark-skinned intellectual. Don't get it fucked up now. Don't get it twisted now. And I can go either way. We can get hood and we can get intellectual. I don't play. From Sonetta TV to the debates that I've done on other outlets and platforms. Check my history. It's right here on YouTube. I don't play around when it come down to a real debate. I come on my channel and talk my shit about dark skin and darkism and colorism, because bitch, I invented it. You better go study and research that. You ain't invented. I'll beat you on that. I could talk loud, I could yell, I could scream, but I could back my shit up intellectually. I've always been able to do it. From the time I was a little girl, going through poverty, getting kicked out of houses, evicted, all that, missing days from school. A bitch ain't never been able to come for me on an intellectual level. Bring that shit. Bring it. Because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell you why. My focus is going to be on devouring every single book, every single magazine, every single scholarly article that I can get on a given topic. And I'm going to use my brain. We ain't talking about picture books. They call them chapter books when you're going through the levels in school. Because without those pictures, without those visuals, it forces you to use the brain that God gave you and constructively criticize, critique, and think. A bitch, you can have the views, you can have all that. Bitches done stole from me. But you'll never have my brain, and you bums will never be able to whoop me on an intellectual level. Let me tell you something. If I ever go up in another debate with somebody, you better put your motherfucking money up on Rashida Strober. If you want to fucking win, put your money on Rashida Strober. Because I don't fucking play. Because I ain't scared to sit down all day in a fucking room and fucking read and read and read and read and read and read. I ain't gonna watch no motherfucking videos until I'm done doing my studies. Readers are fucking leaders. I don't give a damn how many YouTube videos you're watching. You're not a fucking leader. I don't care. What I respect is the person that uses their brain to analyze and think. And one of the ways that you do that, again, you're never going to make it through school without learning how to read. And when I say make it through school, I'm talking about make it through school in a substantial way where you really learn and master. Because there's people graduating from high school who cannot read. That is not what I am talking about. You can't get around reading. Why you think it's a lot of brothers locked up in prison for crimes they didn't commit? I know some of these intellectual brothers. A bitch can't tell me nothing. I know what the fuck I'm talking about because I deal with the shit. That done came back and beat cases because they had to sit down and fucking read the laws of the land. Their life was on the line. I bet a bitch sit down and motherfucking read if your fucking life on the line. A bitch giving you life in prison. A bitch giving you 20, 30, 40 years. I bet your ass to sit down and learn how to read. Shout out to my brother Malcolm X. Love you, Malcolm X, to the day I die. Because a lot of our brothers came of intellectual age while locked down in the prisons. (4411-825) says all the solutions of African people can be found in a book. I agree. And I'm not saying that you cannot watch videos, because again, you can compare watching some people's videos to going to a college course and listening to a professor lecture. But I guarantee you, because I went to the University of South Florida, an accredited university in Florida, okay? It's a very good university, okay? You can't come through the University of South Florida's master's degree or PhD program without reading. We had to read and dissect and debate. And I wasn't motherfucking playing. I was dark skinned and black, so I had to be on my shit. I couldn't come fucking fooling around watching TV. No, I was coming home reading. And I'm talking about thick books. We ain't talk about no little small books. We talk about spending hours and hours and hours and hours in the library, at the beach, sitting in my car reading. I do that shit to this day. That's why I said, y'all know, when I go into my debate, when I sign on for a debate with a motherfucker, they better come with their A game with me. Because I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play. I will be well read. And at the University of South Florida, I got to say, they prepared me well, because I had to write a thesis and I had to do something called defend it. Anybody that's in a real accredited graduate program, master's or PhD, you must defend your dissertation or thesis if your ass gonna get that degree. And I had to go before 3 PhDs, and they fucking grilled me in a room, throwing all kinds of intellectual jabs. And I got my shit. A bitch can't never take that away. You can hate me, you can love me. Fuck you. You can't beat me in a debate. I could cuss, I could talk loud, I could yell, I could do all of that. But at the end of the day, bitch, I'll break you down on an intellectual level on any given topic. Because I'm not afraid to sit down with myself and haggle it out with myself in a book and read and understand. I got the time. And if I ain't got the time, I'll make the time. That's y'all problem. That's why y'all get screwed. That's why y'all get taken advantage of. And if you think that readers aren't leaders, then why the fuck the dominant society runs everything with the written laws of the land? It is about the written word. Watch videos all fucking day and it's still gonna come back to the written word when you're dealing with the law. You ain't gonna be able to escape it. Sitting up here watching videos all day, it pisses me off. And then try to come for me. You gonna try to come for me, a person that has actually written multiple books? You motherfucking right, I'm gonna brag about it. I've written more books on dark skin than anybody. And I've read the colorism scholars and can point them out quick. But I decided to stop giving people my fucking hard-earned research. No, bitch, you go do your own study. You do your own study. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of people watching videos all day thinking that they know. Man, there's so much you don't know. We can never know what we don't know. We can never fucking know enough. Even by reading books. What I've discovered and what I've learned of all the damn books I've read in my life, I can still never know enough. That lets you know the power of reading. And I'm just saying, if you really about that life of leadership and self-mastery and bettering yourself or getting social justice, I'm saying what you need to do is at least balance it out. Don't sit here watching videos all day. Pick a day. Because I know some people don't like to read. I get it. I just happen to be a person that just always loved to read. It's nothing to me to sit all day and read a book. Been doing that since I was a little girl. But I get it. There's some people out there that they don't like to read. But all I'm saying is try to create a balance here. Pick one day out the week and start with that. I remember Oprah Winfrey talking about how she reads a lot. And I believe, and I could be wrong, y'all, it's not the exact thing that she said, but I believe that she said something to the effect of reading one book a week. I'm telling you, that's how you gonna master anything you want to do. It's not by watching YouTube videos. Use the videos as a supplement. Use the videos as a supplement, folks. That is what you got to do. Why you think Malcolm became a great leader? Because while he was in prison, he wasn't wasting his time engaged in BS. This man was in there becoming a scholar. He was reading. Why you think Dr. Martin Luther King became a leader? If you look at all the greats in the Black community, and I'm talking about after slavery and Reconstruction, and some during slavery, they read. Now you got your Nat Turners, who I love. I'm not sure if he knew how to read or write, but you got people like Frederick Douglass. Learn how to read. When you learn how to read and you apply it, you become powerful as fuck. Nobody can control your mind. I'm trying to tell y'all how this thing go. You're not gonna get everything from watching, and by you sit up here watching people on YouTube, they're taking over your mind. What the fuck? God made you with your own mind. Influence yourself. Stop letting these people on YouTube influence you. They're no greater than you. Why? Because they got an audience. Let me tell y'all something. Them people just happen to get lucky and get a lot of views. They're not special. And I'm not just saying this because my views are low, because a lot of that has to do with the plagiarism. People stealing from me. But a lot of these people, because I got lucky. When I was getting all them views, that stuff was just coming out of nowhere. It ain't because what these people are saying is important. Y'all better look at the real leaders who people like Marcus Garvey, who had millions of followers before there was a motherfucking social media. Talk to me about that. If you doing on your Marcus Garvey, on your Malcolm X, on your Martin Luther King, and you had followers then you're doing something. You're not that important and special to me because you got a lot of followers on YouTube. You got lucky. You got lucky. Call me a hater all day, but the facts will back me up. Like I said, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey got their followers organically. They had to work for it. They had to come on YouTube and happen to get lucky. Those brothers had to put in the real work. So I'm not impressed by anybody with a large following. That does not mean that you are my leader. I don't care if the person has thousands of followers, millions of followers, or if the person has limited followers. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is utilizing my own thought process to understand from within for myself, not because you told me, not because you said it, not because you said it this way. Okay? Not because I like what you're wearing or I like how you talk. No, I can erase all that out. And that's what a book does, because it forces you to intellectualize yourself. The book is not visual, so you're going to have to think, which a lot of y'all are afraid to do. That's why you watch videos and you want other people to think for you. You're afraid to use your own mind and think for yourself. It's called intellectual laziness. And you're never going to get what you need from watching other people. It's going to have to come from you. It's going to have to come from within, not from watching people on YouTube. They're not the answer. They're supplements. They are supplements. Now, there are some learned scholars, like in the plant-based community. One thing I do like about the plant-based community is a lot of those people that are vegans, raw vegans, they cite doctors, research, and studies that they took the time to read. I can dig that. I can respect that. Okay, they cite the research. They cite the researchers. That's commendable. That's respectable. And then you combine that with the videos you watch as a supplement, that's okay. But to sit there and to look at one person as the end all that be all, that's why people get misled and get screwed over. You can get knowledge for your damn self. No one has a monopoly on knowledge. Professors don't have a monopoly on knowledge. No one does. You have your own brain. Read and think and stop being lazy. Plain and simple. Whew. Everything I've learned in my life has been either through the real important things that has got me through life, got me through hard situations, is through reading and experience. It did not come from watching a person on YouTube. What were we doing 20 years ago? Almost 20 years ago. I think YouTube came out in 2005. Social media started popping off in 2005, 2003. What did you do to obtain knowledge prior to social media? Keep on wanting to be entertained. That's why you're going to be misled. That's exactly why you're going to be misled. And whoever this message is for, that's who it's for. Because you're so busy, stuck to you watching people videos instead of using your own mind reading. Some of y'all are in college and you're making bad grades. You're failing because you're so busy on social media. You're failing your class in the real world because you're so busy on social media. You done failed a semester, wasting money, wasting people time because you're so busy watching videos all day that you can't crack open that book and get yourself focused to read and edify your mind. Videos haven't been out for no longer, not even 30 years yet. And you mean to tell me you're going to throw away hundreds and not even hundreds, thousands and 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 thousands of years where there was no damn video for third? Child, please get the fuck out of here. That's never going to happen. Y'all done lost y'all damn mind. Readers are leaders. That's why I've written my books, because I know that when I'm dead and gone, my books are going to live on beyond the YouTube channel. YouTube, I don't own and control YouTube. I own and control my website. I own and control my publishing. I own and control my books. I sure do. And I can pass that down to my children. I own that because the books that I wrote, my book, Darkism, hold on. Let's stop sharing that for a minute. Let me pull up all the books I've wrote. You can say I'm bragging all y'all want. Rashida Strober books. Just go type in Rashida Strober books. Go type in Rashida Strober books. It's right there. It's right there. And I know how to do my own publishing, all of that. You see these books? These came from my brain. I ain't had to watch a YouTube video. I wrote these books myself. A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, Darkism, How to Be the Hottest Dark-Skinned Chick on the Planet. That's why none of these people on YouTube that have stolen from me, you'll never be above me. You actually wish you could do what I've done. You wish that you had the foresight to read the books. You wish. My books will live on because I understand the power of the written word. Get off YouTube, get off the videos, and use your mind and think for yourself. I listen, I cannot stress this enough. If you don't start reading and opening up your mind, you will get taken. You will get taken. I can almost guarantee it. For those of you that don't want to support me, go to my Cash App at $Rashida Lala. Once again, $Rashida Lala, and make a contribution. You can go to my PayPal, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And if you go to my website, you will see that I have all of my financial information there where you can donate. Okay, it's all there. Thank y'all for watching Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. And I hope that I've encouraged you to read more and watch less videos. Or at least to read more and use the videos you watch as a supplement. And don't be failing your classes because you're so busy on social media watching videos. Those people are not going to help you graduate. They're not going to help you get to where you need to be. Unless maybe they wrote a book and they got a blueprint. I can respect that. That's different. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying watching mindless videos for entertainment, that's not going to help you progress and advance in life or reach your dreams. Reading is the key. Reading is the key. Don't let this video age fool you. Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. Thank y'all for watching. Real quick, I wanted to say before I go, thank you, 4411-825. I was just reading one of your comments, and you said one of your best posts in recent memory. Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.